Okay, Mike J. Anthony here, and I have not made a video about cryptocurrency in a long time. Um, it's I've been paying attention, but I do not like to make videos about it constantly because you already have your people who do that. You have and I got my favorites that I like to watch. It's fun to keep up to date on what's going on. Those people like to make Bitcoin and videos every single day. I think that's unnecessary personally, unless I was some kind of a trader, which I'm not. I'm somebody that just believes in holding Bitcoin, Litecoin, things like that for the long term. So I could care less about trading. So I like to come in and make a video every once in a while, and it's been several months, and I now feel like making a video. So I am making one about Litecoin because I like Litecoin. And you can see in some of my past videos that I believed Litecoin was going over $1,000. Of course, I was premature about that, but I still believe it is going over $1,000, just not as soon as I thought. But whether it happens sooner or later, it doesn't matter, just as long as it does it. And I still think it will do it. When, I don't know. I think it could be this current cycle, which given the next 12, 18 months, maybe to 24 months, it could go over $1,000. I'm just going to hold off right there. But as I'm looking at Litecoin right now, it is at $49. It's up 9% since yesterday. I'm looking at coin market cap here, which is telling you the overall market cap is 243 trillion. Sorry, billion. Where I wish it was trillion, right? But $243 billion. See, I already have trillions of dollars on my mind because that's where I believe it's going. But right now it's at 243 billion, and we did get pretty close to $1 trillion market cap, and that was back in 2017 when Bitcoin just barely reached a hair shy of $20,000. We were looking at somewhere around it was over 800 billion at that time. So you can see how far we've come down. We are now one quarter of that as we speak, and I believe it is going back up to those levels. But the reason why I want to talk about Litecoin is because what's been going on in the world. We have the pandemic, of course, and we also have the Federal Reserve printing currency like it's going out of style. It's actually going out of style many years ago, but we still have to use it. But they are now printing a lot more of it than ever. So as you can see in this chart, this is the last peak I was talking about back in December 2017 when Bitcoin was almost at 20,000, but Litecoin was a shy hair of $400. So I think it hit 399 at that time, and so it followed Bitcoin all the way down to the bottom. Now everybody's talking about Bitcoin on YouTube and the news, but I like to talk about Litecoin because I believe Litecoin is actually a better deal than Bitcoin. And so we're looking at the markets from December 2017 when it reached its all-time high to now. So it's taken a year to hit this bottom here, which was under $24. So that was December 2018. That was our last bottom. And then the one we just had this past March when we got down to under $34. And these were buying opportunities. Of course, it takes a long time. Like to run from the top of this all-time high down to the bottom off of that mountain took a year to get down to the bottom of. Now we're kind of like in a sideways pattern, which has taken another year. And I believe we have hit the double bottom. Here was the first bottom right here. And in this past March, last month, we hit the double bottom, I believe. And I think that we're just going to take off from here. Are we going straight up? No, of course not. We never go straight up, but it is going to climb that wall of worry that it always does. But it is going to be upwards. I do not believe we're going to go down further. I think we're just going to go up over time until we hit those levels I was talking about, like $1,000 for Litecoin. Basically, I'm saying that now is the time to be buying Bitcoin and Litecoin. And that's why I wanted to make a video. And also because I want to show you how much disconnect there is between Litecoin and Bitcoin. I wrote an article, I don't know, a year ago that talked about Litecoin being at a ratio of 86 to 1, meaning 86 Litecoin for every Bitcoin. But right now, if I go and I look at Bitcoin, oh my goodness, Bitcoin's up another $100 since I started making this video. And it's only been 5 minutes. So when I first turned this on, it was at 8,390. Now I'm looking at 8,658, and this just happened within 10 minutes. So it's on a real big pump right now. It's going over 11% as we speak. Um, it's a really big day for cryptocurrency, to say the least. But I might even have to go back to. I might even have to use yesterday's prices because this is crazy. Yesterday, Bitcoin was at 7,700. So I'm just going to use that price. So even at that price, Litecoin was sitting around $44 yesterday. It's 49 right now, and Bitcoin was at 7,700. So if I take 7,700 and divide that by 44, that's the ratio. That would have been 175 Bitcoin to every. I mean, excuse me, 175 Litecoin to every one Bitcoin. That's a serious disconnect. I think the biggest disconnect I ever wrote about was 110, 115, in one of the emails I sent out. I remember writing about 110 ratio and saying that that was a great deal. Well, the disconnect's even further right now, which means it's even a better deal. So let me take the current price, which is 8,658 divided by 49. So it's around the same. It's 176 Litecoin to every one Bitcoin. So that is a serious disconnect, and I think that Litecoin is actually a much better deal than even Bitcoin is. Though I do highly suggest that people buy Bitcoin. If you are going to buy an altcoin, which I think Litecoin is probably the most major altcoin there is, um, then Litecoin is the one to buy because the disconnect is just so great. I mean, it, there's 86 million Litecoin to 21 million Bitcoin, so it should be a 4-to-1 ratio. At a 4-to-1 ratio, 8658, it would be divided by 4. That means Litecoin would be at $2,165 if the ratio was even with the amount of coins that are available for the entire world. But it's not. For whatever reason, Litecoin trades at so much lower, 176 coins lower than it is to buy one Bitcoin. So for that reason, I think I would be I would be picking up Litecoin, and I actually have a lot more Litecoin than Bitcoin. Because of that, I think Litecoin has been very undervalued, ludicrously undervalued, but this is the most undervalued against Bitcoin that I've ever seen it. So that's my spiel for this video. And yeah, once I think that I'm understating things when things really get going. When Bitcoin surpasses its all-time high of 20,000, and it will, it's going to make 20,000 look like it wasn't even there. Litecoin is going over 1,000, but I think that that's actually low. It could be going over 1 or 2, or it could be going over 2 or 3,000. So buying Litecoin now at less than $50, I think, is a steal of the century. So it's even better deal than Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is still the big dog on the block, so you got to buy Bitcoin, okay? But if you're looking for an alternative, then look at Litecoin, because if Bitcoin is gold, then Litecoin is silver, and even that is true with the physical metals. The physical gold is actually at another level as well, because actual silver is a lot cheaper than gold right now. So then we're looking at a Silver is only 15 bucks, while gold is 1700. That's the biggest disconnect I've ever seen there as well. I would not be looking to buy gold right now at $1,700. I would be looking to buy silver at 1,500, but it's very hard to find right now. Um, so this is the silver price right here. And so yeah, I mean, you're talking about, let's calculate that, 1,700 divided by 15. That ratio is 113, so it takes 113 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. On the cryptocurrency end, it takes 176 Litecoin to buy one Bitcoin. So both of those are very extremely undervalued against gold. Litecoin is undervalued against Bitcoin. Silver is undervalued against gold. Those are better deals in my opinion. If I was to buy precious metals, I'd be buying silver at 15 bucks if you can find it, because you can't even find the stuff anymore right now. And I would be also be buying Litecoin as much bigger deals. So when these appreciate, it's going to revert a lot faster towards a 4-to-1 ratio than Bitcoin will. Bitcoin's gonna, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, but Litecoin's gonna appreciate that much faster. So that's why I think Litecoin is a better deal to buy. So I like to use Coinbase. I have a link underneath this video where if you use that link and you deposit $100, you will be able to get yourself a free 10 bucks worth of Bitcoin. It gets 10 bucks for me, it gets 10 bucks for you if you use that link. So there's nothing wrong with getting an extra 10 bucks if you care to. Um, so go ahead, click that, but whatever you do, just make sure you buy some Bitcoin and some Litecoin. That's what I like. I mean, other people like Ethereum and this and that, and XRP here. But to me, I just focus on Bitcoin and Litecoin mostly, and my number one is definitely Litecoin. So that's what I'm suggesting. Okay, and I will see you the next time I make a video about cryptocurrency.